And we are back with some more Washington Capitals franchise mode in FHM 10. And in this one, we have the playoffs of year number 5. Very unexpected, to say the least, but we are indeed here. And we are facing the New York Rangers in round number 1. But let me just say that I don't think this would have been possible without hiring our new guy, a literal guy in Guy Boucher, who ever since his hiring has helped this team go 38, 19, and 4. That is so far beyond what I even expected of him. So this should be pretty interesting. And I'm sure for most of our roster, this will be their first taste of the NHL playoffs. Afanasev has played in the playoffs, it looks like. Lambos has also played in the playoffs for 3 games with Minnesota. Obviously, Misa hasn't. Lapierre has not. Crystal has not. Artamanov has not. Prosvetov has with Colorado. He actually won the Stanley Cup. Obviously, Pietrangelo has. There are not many guys with playoff experience on this roster, so it'll be a very interesting run, to say the least. So with that, let's get into game number 1 against the New York Rangers. Here we go. Sim game. It will be a 8-7 New York Rangers victory. My goodness. 75 shots? What? Did this go to overtime? Yeah, it went to overtime. Okay, I was gonna say, wow, that is quite the game number 1. Unfortunately, we didn't win, but that was quite an exciting game to attend, I would imagine. Shots were 75-45 in favor of your Washington Capitals. Unfortunately, we didn't pull off the win. 3 stars of the game: Panarin, Lambos, and Hedl. First period, you have Callan Lynn scoring from DeRuio and Galvis to make it 1-0. And then Panarin scores for the Rangers to make it 1-1. Second period, you have Lambos on the power play from Galvis and DeRuio to make it 2-1. But then Hedl, Marjala, and Luke Hughes on the Ranger. What? No. Nope. I can't. Nope. Can't do this. I'm just going to pretend that's a different Luke Hughes. Anyway, Alexei Protas then scores from Afanasev and Lapierre. And then Afanasev from Lambos makes it 4-4. And a tie game headed into the third, where Frundell scores on the power play 34 seconds in. And then you have Crystal from Suzdalev and Misa. And then Galvis from Suzdalev and Lambos makes it 6-5. But then Panarin with 2 goals makes it 7-6. Huang with the goal at 19:22 from Crystal and Misa makes it a tie game. No scoring in overtime number 1, and in overtime number 2, Ivan Demidov gets the game-winning goal. All right, game number 2 against the New York Rangers will be a 7-4 New York Rangers victory. Oh man. I mean, we're out shooting them here in both games so far, actually, but they are just piling on the quality shots, it seems. Shots were 41-27 in favor of your Washington Capitals. 3 stars of the game: Hedl, Demidov, and Panarin. First period, you have Panarin scoring, and then Demidov, Anderson, and Demidov again in the span of 3:07. Come on, guys. That's a bit ridiculous there. Then the first goal of the game for us, Protas from Afanasev and Lambos makes it 4-1. Adam Fox scores not long after to make it 5-1. Ty Kartai scores from Tomas Galvis to make it 5-2. Now the second period, you have Kulik for the Rangers, makes it 6-2. Kreider makes it 7-2. And then the third period, you have Melanson scoring from Benson and Lambos to make it 7-3, and then Lausanne from Lapierre to make it 7-4, but that was clearly just too big of a mountain to climb for us. Despite having more shots, who was in net this game? It was mostly Patera. And then Prosvetov on 4 shots against lets in 3 goals. Come on, man. It's only it's 157. How are you gonna let in 3 goals in 157? Oh, I guarantee you it was Prosvetov who started. And then, yeah, I guarantee it was Prosvetov who started for sure, because he let in those 3 goals over the course of a minute 52. Then then they probably pulled him for Patera. Yeah, that's unfortunate. All right, game number 3 in Washington this time. It is a 5-1 Washington Capitals victory. There you go. Shots at 33 apiece. 3 stars of the game: Lausanne, Prosvetov, and Kartai. First period, Liam Foudy scores for the Rangers, but that would be all they get for the rest of the game, as in the second period, Kartai scores from Lausanne and Galvis. Then you have Lambos from Lapierre and Afanasev, makes it 2-1. And then Phillips from Kartai. And then Lausanne from Huang and Crystal makes it 4-1. And the third period, Crystal from Suzdalev closes out the scoring. All right, here we go. Game number 4 against the New York Rangers will be a 7-4 Washington Capitals victory. Let's go, boys. Shots are 47-21. So with the exception of the last game, we have outshot them by quite a wide margin in every game here. 3 stars of the game, Kartai, Lozone, and Galvis. First period, you have Deruyo with the goal from Lozone and Lind. Then you have a Fanasev on the power play from Protas and Deruyo. And then you have Hedel with the goal for the Rangers to make it 2-1. Second period, you have Lambos from Lind and Gauthier to make it 3-1. Curran with the goal for New York to make it 3-2. A Fanasev on the power play from Protas and Lambos. And then Kartai with 2 goals, the first from Galvis and Lozone, the second from Galvis and Phillips to make it 6-2. And in the third period, you have Frondell and Hedel with the goals to make it 6-4. But then Kostenko into the empty net from Kartai and Artamanov to close it out. So we are headed into game number 5, tied at 2 in the series. Come on, guys. There it is, the 4-1 victory in game number 5. Shots are 44-30 in favor of your Washington Capitals. 3 stars of the game are Lozone, Crystal, and Suzdalev. Hold on, do they have more than one Hughes on the team? They have TJ Hughes too? They have... That's funny. Anyway, no scoring in the first. Then in the second period, you have Lozone with 2 back-to-back goals. The first from Crystal and Protas, the second from Suzdalev and Misa. And then Curran scores the first goal of the game for New York to make it 2-1. And then in the third period, you have Lapierre with the goal from Lambos and Afanasev. And then Suzdalev into the empty net from Crystal. Makes it a 4-1 victory. All right, game number 6. Big game, so we're going into it. Come on, Washington. Hey, there's a goal, Kartai from Kostenko and Phillips. And why didn't the score update? Do I just need to click play here? Nope, okay. Kartai scores from Phillips and Lozone, and all of a sudden we go from 0-0 to 2-0. And we had the second period up by 2. Let's go, Washington. There we go. Goal by Jeremy Lozone from Afanasev and Lapierre. We are now up 3-0, middle of the second period. And that'll be it for the second period. Heading into the third, up by 3. Come on, Washington. And there's a goal for Hedel. Makes it 3-1. But there's a goal for Artamanov, unassisted. Makes it 4-1. And we have a goal from Alex Wong from Galvis and Suzdalev. We are up 5-1. And that is all she wrote for this game and series. We are moving on to round number 2. How do you like that? Shots of 39-28 in favor of Washington Capitals. 3 stars of the game, Kartai, Phillips, and Lozone. And unfortunately, Thomas Deruyo has gotten injured from that game. Let's see how long he's out for. Doesn't look like it's too long. Mild hip strain, 1 to 2 weeks. So he probably won't be available for the first few games of the second round at least, unfortunately. Who are we facing in the second round here? It will be the Columbus Blue Jackets, who are 46, 28, and 8 on the regular season. Wow, I don't know what happened with Lozone there, but he absolutely killed it. 9 points for Jeremy Lozone. The 1.5-star ability Jeremy Lozone out here acting like he is just the best defenseman in the league for some reason. Tied for the team lead with Carson Lambos. So two defensemen leading the charge here in the playoffs so far. But wow, what an all-around effort in round number 1. Unfortunately, the same can't be said for in goal, but you know what? We won the series. That's all I care about. Hopefully, we'll see more of the same here in this series against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Here we go. Game number 1 versus Columbus will be a 4-2 Washington Capitals victory. Shots are 53-26. This is with the defensive coach, by the way. 3 stars of the game, Lambos, Marchenko, and Crystal. First period, you have Misa scoring from Suzdalev and Crystal. Then you have Crystal from Lambos, makes it 2-0. And then Roslovich makes it 2-1. Second period, you have Chinakhov, makes it 2-2. Then Gauthier from Lind and Lambos makes it 3-2. Afanasev from Lambos and Melanson makes it 4-2. And no scoring in the third. Here we go. Game number 2 in Columbus. And that is a 5-3 Washington Capitals victory. Shots are 51-28. May I remind you once again that this is a defensive team. Or a defensive coach anyway. And we are somehow out here out shooting our opponents like crazy so far. For the most part. 3 stars of the game, Phillips, Matichuk, and Artamanov. First period, you have Sikora, Roslovic, and Delbel Beluz scoring for Columbus to give them a 3-0 lead out of the gate. However, in the second period, your Capitals get 3 goals of their own from Kostenko, from Misa and Huang, and then Suzdalev on the power play from Misa, and then Artamanov from Phillips and Kartai makes it 3-3. And in the third period, Suzdalev from Galvis and Lapierre. And then Kartai from Artamanov and Phillips makes it the 5-3 victory. We are headed into game number 3, up 2-0 in the series. And here we go. Game number 3 at home will be a 5-1 victory. Shots were actually in favor of Columbus this time, 45-41. 3 stars of the game, Phillips, Prosvetov, and Lozone. First period, Fantilli with the goal. gets Columbus started, but then we score 3. Lind from Lambos and Gautier, and then Artamanov from Kostenko and Phillips. Afanasev from Galvis and Protas. And the second period, you have Phillips from Lazone and Kartai, makes it 4-1. And then the third, you have Lapierre from Lambos and Afanasev to make it the 5-1 victory. Let's go, boys. Here we go. Game number 4. Elimination game number 4 against the Columbus Blue Jackets. So we're going into it. First period underway. There's a goal by Cam York from Artamanov and Kartai. We're up 1-0 to start out the game. And there's another one. Protas from Crystal and Lambos. Let's go. Jacob Melanson, major injury, dislocated shoulder. That's unfortunate. There you go. Cam York with another from Suzdalev and Phillips. We are up 3-0 in the first and in the second period now. Come on, guys. Yeah, nothing happened in the second period. Going to the third, still up 3-0. Is anything going to happen? Nope. That's all we needed. So we do indeed get the shutout in game number 4, and we head off to round number 3. Holy moly. I was not expecting this from this team this year. Shots of 34-32 in favor of your Washington Capitals. 3 stars of the game are Prospetov with the shutout, York with 2 goals, and Kartai with the assist. Of course, now you have Melanson and Protas injured. Yeah, Melanson's going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks, and then Protas 1 to 2 weeks. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Let's check out the stats. Holy moly, Lambos. 15 points so far in 10 games played. He is just absolutely tearing up opponents. So far, that is a well-deserved captaincy. And Ty Kartai out here as well with 12 points in 10 games played. Afanasev with 11 and 10. Lazone, Suzdalev, and Galvis with 10. Everyone's chipping in. And in goal, you have a 918 save percentage for Prospetov, so he's much better in that series compared to the Rangers series. But I cannot believe that we're actually out here in the 3rd round of the Year 5 playoffs. I was not expecting this year. And we will be facing the Detroit Red Wings in round number 3. It looks like Lapierre is back for the series, so that's good. We'll get him in the lineup. All right, game number 1 against the Detroit Red Wings. What'll it be? We have a 5-3 Detroit victory. Shot to 38-35 in favor of Detroit. 3 stars of the game, Frost, Crystal, and Sprong. First period, you have Cole Perfetti with the goal for Detroit to get things started. But then Cam York from Kartai and Afanasev. And then Crystal on the power play from Misa makes it 2-1. Second period, you have Mastro Simone for the Red Wings, makes it 2-2. Zeev Buium, that is quite the name, makes it 3-2. And then Crystal ties it up from Galvis and Lazone to make it 3-3. And then Sprong for Detroit makes it 4-3. And then the third period, Sprong once again makes it the 5-3 game. Misa has been suspended for an incident in last night's game. He'll be unavailable for his team's next 3 games. Why? Tell me why he's suspended, game. Well, it seems I'm going to have to do some detective work here. What caused him to get suspended? Okay, I see. Illegal check to the head 5 minutes and then game misconduct. Yeah, that was definitely it. Yeah, that makes sense. Still, I would appreciate something in the suspension message indicating why he got suspended. Like I don't want to have to go to the game log to do detective work and figure out why my player got suspended, you know? So we're going to need to call up a forward here. I guess it'll be Carconi. And here we go. Game number 2 against Detroit will be a 6-2 Detroit victory. Oh boy. Shots at 35-33 in favor of your Washington Capitals. 3 stars of the game, Frost, Sprong, and Perfetti. First period, you have Axel Sandin Pelika scoring for Detroit, and then Dylan Larkin scores to make it 2-0. Second period, Artamanov scores 130 in from Huang and Lind to make it 2-1, but then Hanas, Sprong, and Perfetti makes it 5-1. The third period, Frost scores to make it 6-1. Lapierre shorthanded from Lambos makes it 6-2, but not nearly enough for the victory. All right, game number 3 against Detroit. Same game, we have a 4-1 Washington Capitals victory. Okay, I'll take it. Shots at 36-21 in favor of Washington. 3 stars of the game, Suzdalev, Deruio, and Lapierre. First period, Lambo scores from Suzdalev and Carconi. In the second period, you have Benson from Deruio, and then Deruio on the power play from Suzdalev and Afanasev. Then the third, you have Dylan Larkin with the lone Detroit Red Wings goal, and then Suzdalev near the end of the period from Lapierre and Galvis makes it a 4-1 victory. So we're still in this thing. Oh, Jeremy Lazone with a 3 to 4 month injury. That's unfortunate. He has been so good in these playoffs. I don't know why, but he has been very, very good in these playoffs. He has definitely slowed down ever since the first round. He had a miraculous 9-point first round but still, he's been helpful so far these playoffs, and that's an unfortunate loss there for sure. He is done until next season. All right, here we go. Game number 4 against Detroit will be a 5-4 Detroit victory. That's unfortunate. Shots are 48-42 in favor of Detroit. 3 stars of the game: Sandin Palika, Lambos, and Buium. First period, Buium with the goal to get things started, and then Casper gets the second goal of the game for Detroit. Second period, you have Deruio with the goal on the power play from Afanasev and Lambos. And then in the third, you have Benson from Kostenko, York from Lambos and Deruio, and then Lambos from Gauthier and Benson. So we actually took a 4-2 lead at one point, but then Casper and Buium score for Detroit, and then in overtime, Mastro Simone scores to make it the 5-4 Detroit victory. That was a winnable game. That was definitely a winnable game. And so Detroit leads 3-1. We're not in a good spot here. Luckily, we do have Misa back, so that's good news. He's finally back from his suspension, but it's still definitely going to take quite the effort here if we want a chance to get to game 7. So here we go. Game 5. Elimination. Let's do it. There it is. Suzdalev with the goal from Lapierre and Lambos. Makes it 1-0. Oh man, we are pouring on the shots right now, but William Wallander scores for Detroit to make it 1-1. And we are heading in the second period with the shots being 24-5. And we are only at 1-1. Come on, guys. Get one past Detroit. There it is. Afanasev from Lapierre and Huang makes it 2-1. There is another one. Kostenko from Suzdalev and Phillips makes it 3-1. And we're heading to the third period, up 3-1. Shots are 40-16. Come on, Washington. There's another one. Kostenko with his second of the game from Misa and Protas. And we are just peppering the shots on the Detroit Red Wings. And there's one for Carconi from Crystal and Lind. We are up 5-1 late in the third period, and we are headed to a game 6. Let's go. Shots were 55-22. 3 stars of the game: Suzdalev, Kostenko, and Lapierre. All right, game number 6. Come on, Washington. Let's get to it. Game 7. There's Suzdalev from Kostenko and Misa. Oh, but there's one for Larkin from Raymond and DeBrincat. Makes it 1-1. Come on, Washington. All right, we're heading into the second period, tied at 1. Oh, there's one for Lucas Raymond. Makes it 2-1. 3-1. Dylan Larkin. Come on, Washington. There it is. Kostenko from Suzdalev and Afanasev. Ooh, but Moritz Cedar gets it right back. Makes it 4-2 Detroit. But Suzdalev from Kostenko and Galvis. It's not over yet. Oh, there's Deruio from Huang and Lind. We are tied at 4 late in the second period. And Callum Lind from Carconi and Galvis. We are now up 5-4. What a crazy period. Come on, boys. Hold this lead. Get me another one. There it is. Matthew Phillips from Crystal and Suzdalev. Give me one more. Oh, man. Morgan Frost for Detroit. Oh, man. Dylan Larkin for Detroit. Come on, guys. What the heck is going on here? Come on, Washington. And we are headed to overtime. Come on. There. Detroit. Dylan Larkin scores. He gets his 4th goal of the game, and that is it, unfortunately, for your Washington Capitals run in year number 5. But you know what? That was an incredible year. Very unexpected. I mean, obviously, I wish we had gone further. Like, once you get to this point, you know, you may as well try and go for it. But at the end of the day, this was a very good year for your Washington Capitals. Shots were 47-35 in favor of your Washington Capitals. Unfortunately, we didn't win the game, but we did put in a good effort at the very least. 3 stars of the game: Larkin, Suzdalev, and DeBrincat. I mean, that was definitely a winnable game. We had the lead at one point. We just unfortunately couldn't hold it. And the more experienced team definitely won there, with DeBrincat, Larkin, Cedar being 27 now. So that was going to be a pretty tough team to beat. But still, we were right there with them. We were definitely right there with them. This team has improved massively under our new head coach, Guy Boucher. So let's take a look at the final playoff stats for this roster. Carson Lambos with 21 points in 16 games played. Well-deserved of the captaincy so far. And then you have Suzdalev with 19 points. Afanasev with 16. 14 for Galvis. 13 for Kartai and Crystal. 11 for Lazone, Lapierre, and Phillips. 10 for Kostenko. 9 for Deruio, Lind, and Misa. 8 for Protas, 7 for Artamanov and Huang, 4 for York, Benson, and Gauthier, 3 for Carconi, and 2 for Melanson, and then 0 for Cameron, Larson, and Petrangelo. And then in goal, Prosvetov with 13 games played, 1 shutout, and a 900 save percentage. And then Patera played 6 with an 889 save percentage. So once again, definitely exceeded my expectations. But what that does is that it raises the bar for next year. And, you know, we still got young players coming up. We still got players who are not even on the team yet, who I anticipate will be. And actually, now that I look at where... All right, I swear, at this point, it's got to be a glitch. It has to be. Where is Jeremy Larange? There's no way. There's no way I let him walk free. He's a free agent. There's no way I let him walk free. I saw his rights expiring in like 2000, what is it, 2029? There's no way I let this happen 3 times in a row. There's absolutely no way I let Larange walk off the team. That has to be a glitch. I'm not, I swear I'm not going crazy. I would not just let Larange just walk off the team like that. And I can't even sign him right now because it's not between June 23rd and August 31st. I saw his signing deadline was somewhere around like 2029. I knew we were missing players. Like I was looking at our wingers depth chart and I thought there's gotta be missing players here. And I just now realized that we were missing Larange, one of our better prospects. There's no way I would have let that happen. That just absolutely has to be a glitch. I'm gonna keep Larange on the short list because I don't want to forget about the fact that he's not on the roster right now. But that needs to be patched. There's no way that I would have let that happen. I swear I'm not losing my mind here. And now that I think about it, Cutter Gauthier was also in the NCAA, was he not? Yeah, he was. What about what's his name? Levshunov. Yeah, I think there may be a glitch with the NCAA or something because this exact same thing happened with Gauthier and Levshunov. And I'm pretty sure Larange is on Omaha, Nebraska, I saw. Nebraska, Omaha, yeah. That's an issue. Yeah, they got to fix that. That is 100% a bug. There's no way it's not. All right, anyway, I think it's been quite an eventful episode already. I'm going to end it off here. And the next one, we will get to the offseason of year number 5. Hopefully by then the game will be patched. It's a good thing I noticed too. Otherwise, another team might have been able to snag up Levshunov or Gauthier. So I got to remember on June 23rd to reapproach Mr. Larange. But yeah, hopefully that's fixed because that is definitely an issue. Anyway, I will end this one off here and I'll see you guys in the next one when we go through the year 5 offseason.